Okay, we are back in Legend of Heroes, Trails Through Daybreak. Last time we wrapped up Chapter 4, and I don't know about you guys, but we've been at this for a while, and we kind of need a break. Eastern Hot Springs Village, Long Lie. Southern Canopy, Ishkal Mountains. I believe there were 8 leaves in that picture as a warning.
Zeroth form. Duality. Thank goodness. Looks like I'm in good form tonight. I wasn't sure I could even perfect the Zeroth form after being told to do it out of nowhere.
Behold, Yun Cafe's final student.
But I think I've earned the right to hold my head up high to Master's younger disciple now. Not that I can see him joining us up on stage anytime soon.
All is ready, Princess.
In record time, too. We couldn't have asked for a bigger client, and this is the first long-term contract we've had in a while. We can afford to take it easy for our first task, at least. But the time has come to reaffirm our existence to the world. Tread lightly, for the Ikaruga lurk in the shadows.
So she noticed us. I should have known we couldn't deceive the Divine Blade of Silver. This is a reconnaissance and force mission. We only need to assess their capabilities, not win the battle. Our foes are both above S rank in strength. Strike in the Blitz Halberd formation. Yeah!
I plan to depart for the east after speaking with him. How fortunate that I was able to catch a glimpse of the living legend's covert student before doing so. I cannot help but wonder what she fights for with those unusual talents of hers. But that mystery, along with what lurks here beneath the Kunlun Mountains under Calvert's stormy skies, will have to wait. Now is not the time to investigate further. Though it would be a shame to let this encounter go to waste, it might be worth pitting my own greenhorn student against her to see how he fares.
I have to admit, I never thought you would be the one asking to go out with me. We did appear at an event together. Was that all it took to spark such a passionate plea?
I'd like to believe I put more passion into my films than anyone, if nothing else. I'm sure it's the same with you and racing. Now these two passionate souls can finally have the talk I've always wanted. Even if I feel bad for your girlfriend and fans for meeting with you like this.
My partner in life is my Carl, have you know? Of course, I have been known to savor some special moments with only the most beautiful of women.
Oh, look at you. laying on the charm. So, no girlfriend? Could I take that to mean that you also don't have a wife or kids?
Of course I don't. Anyway, it would be a shame to just let the evening end with dinner now that we're together like this. What do you say to joining me for a drive on the expressway? As for whether that will be where the night ends, well, that will be up to us.
Oh. He sure is used to this. He makes even cringeworthy lines like that seem totally natural. Whatever. This is my chance to see if there's any truth to that rumor about him traveling the country. That's fine by me. I'm looking forward to seeing how fast you can...
What was...
Z1 Racer Maxim Lugan! I'm a reporter with Buzz Raider magazine. Think we could steal a few minutes of your time?
Buzz Raider? Not the gossip rag that's even worse than Meld.
I'll take that as a yes. Excellent! So, we know you've been everywhere from Tharbad and Longport to Messeldom and Crossbell in the past 3 months. You're a bit of a globetrotter in your off time, wouldn't you say? Now, it's clear you've been living up to your single status to find yourself a girl in every town. Then, could it be you're on the hunt for one here in Edith now, too?
How did you... Have you been following me everywhere I go? I'll admit that I spend my nights out on the town, but that's not why I'm traveling around.
Holy cannoli!
Wait, she's got nothing to do with...
I can't believe what a scoop we have on our hands. Meld's gonna be eating our dust with this one. So, how long have the two of you been dating, Miss Judith Lanster?
Well, looks like we have something to fix now. November 9th, 12:08, 10:30 a.m. This thing's so cool. It's a mechanical wolf, right? Awesome. It looks really strong, too. It's like some kind of guardian beast from a fairy tale. He's awesome. He is. He's living with us now. Aren't you, Zeros? He can bark, too? Can we pet him? Easy, you two. Don't upset him. That van's just a magnet for strange types, isn't he? That's putting it very, very lightly. The new lad and his animals seem like a good bunch, but still... Well, even better than good, since they made Yume the happiest I've seen in a while. She is just the cutest darned thing you ever did see. You're always like a different person when you're talking about her. And I like that Van has brought in his circle of friends and acquaintances. It's nice to see. Oh, they're back.
Market purchase is complete. 5 kilograms of mussels, 3 kilograms of shrimp, and 2 kilograms of artichokes purchased. Please confirm.
Thanks, Fio. I can tell you've picked the freshest ones, too. Incredible how quickly technology has advanced. Now I should sound really old. Sure has gotten lively around here compared to when Van was working by his lonesome, though. They're all growing boys and girls, too, so I want to be sure to give them all the food they need. Intermission, a mysterious tale and long lie.
So, let's shift the topic toward the Genesees and Van's Grendel. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be possible to learn anything about the Genesees' nature from them directly. They appear to have some kind of protection, akin to artifacts, keeping their secrets from us. I can't fathom why they only react to Agnes either. It does feel as though the Mafia knows a fair amount about them, though.
I had a feeling you wouldn't be able to learn anything from them. Mind you, Ilmata is also somewhat in the dark when it comes to the Genesees. Yeah, I get the impression they don't know how they're doing what they're doing with them. They just have an idea of what they can do. They're more like disposable tools to whip out for whatever they want to do at any given point. It makes me mad that they're using them that way, but there's no better way of putting it. We've taken 4 back in them so far, and that's how it's seemed every time. Yeah, much as it pisses me off, they don't seem to give a damn about what happens with the Genesis after they're done with it. Worth noting here that they do seem to be pretty consistent in how they've used the Genesis, too. I agree. They've referred to everything they've done as an experiment. Whether it's manipulating people's vital energies, interfering with their minds, or installing a human's personality into a machine, Almana has kept using the Genesis as a trigger for various kinds of unnatural phenomena. I think that's an important fact to bear in mind if we're going to get to the bottom of this. Fortunately, in all the cases we've seen, the phenomenon triggered hasn't reoccurred once it's been stopped. But there is one particular phenomenon that Almada isn't behind that's happened again and again. Oh. I gotcha. Van's transformation into the Grendel, correct? That's right, the ability to reproduce results for further study is a crucial factor in science and engineering. There's a lot that we don't know about the Grendel, but what we do know now is that it's comprised of exceedingly high-density shards. We also know that Van's hollow mare appears when activating it, or rather a version of her that possesses free will appears. Yeah?
Yeah, just tell me what you want.
Mare, incidentally, is a custom hollow developed at Marduk. Her source code is classified, but she was created using AI knowledge purchased from multiple companies. However, it goes without saying that the hollow designed by Marduk does not have free will. And that's normal. The hollows that the rest of us use also talk, but you can't have a conversation with them. When she shows up to help Van transform, she's clearly got a sense of self. It's theoretically possible she's programmed to only seem that way on the surface, but I'm inclined to agree. Same here, they need to program a scene number of possible responses to give the illusion of free will. She doesn't even have enough space for that much code, right? That's correct, she takes up only marginally more space on your Zypha than the hollows that everyone else uses. We would need to perform a special test to be absolutely sure either way. But the mare that possesses free will seems to be a life form comprised entirely of data. I don't think I can even wrap my head around that idea. This is sounding real shady all of a sudden. Now, for argument's sake, we assume that Mare is an AI app that's achieved free will. The trigger for that would have to be the Genesis, no? And that's what I was thinking, yeah. Then again, I hate to say this in front of you, Rosette, but I can't say I fully trust anything Marduk says or does. You needn't worry about causing offense. I understand why you would feel that way. Thanks. Still, I think that even they have their limits. Can't help but wonder exactly where the material that formed her source code came from. But I can't imagine they entrusted her to Van, believing that she would exhibit so much unusual behavior. So I think the root of the cause lies in Professor Epstein's legacy rather than her. Incidentally, an AI gain free will is one thing that would qualify as a technological singularity. Which would mean that, put another way, something happened to Mare that allowed her to evolve past that massive hurdle. Evolve? Now we're really in the Gnosis territory. The Testament suggests that evolution was a process intended to let we humans shape the world around us. It's also described as what's helped us bring about our latent potential. That was from the Book of Shahad, verse 2. Yochanan's letter, I think? I'm assuming that's how that's pronounced. I have never seen a name like that one before. Anyway, I think I get what you're saying. You want to have a chance to observe everything, right? Mare's appearance, the shards going berserk, in short, everything that happens from the start to me going Grendel. You want to see it all, including what role the Genesis play in it. Oh. Exactly, I think that knowledge will help me support Anya's in her quest for answers too. It might also let you call on the Grendel's power in a less haphazard and dangerous way. What do you think? Does that work for you? Sure. We've got 5 Genesis so far, which leaves 3 still out there to recover. We can't be sure the Mafia has the rest, but if we get any more chances to stop them from causing any trouble, we should take them. And if I end up with a good excuse to transform in our future work, we'll give it a shot. As long as we have a Genesis on hand, we should be able to brute force whatever the other transformation conditions are. Then we just gotta grab Mare Bear when she shows up, right? That's about the short of it. I've already added the sensors necessary to observe her and record it all to Fio. This could be a little dangerous, but I think it'll be worth our while to try. Don't worry, I'll have you guys there to back me up, so I'm sure I'll be fine. Of course you will. We'll be right there with you all the way. Sounds like it could be fun. I'll be there to give any technology-related support that you may need. We can't do any of this without a Genesis being there. If you're not on board, we won't go ahead with it. It's not that. I can't deny that I'm worried you might be hurt in the process. But the chances of us learning something more about the Genesis and the Grendel through this are promising. so I'll do all that I can to support you. Then it's settled. Alright, then let's get started on today's work. I'm gonna need a few of you to handle some other stuff, but Catro's trial period ain't over yet, so he's coming with me.
That works for me. Though, I honestly can't imagine it would take me long to grasp exactly what you do here. But go ahead and show me exactly what being a Spriggan is all about.
I'll back you up to the best of my ability. Ornaments can now be customized now that Catch is in the party. Oh, so you can actually do that on the go now.
I can handle any Zytha modifications you need.
I'm just curious if it costs differently for him. Ah, he did have Earth and Verse. Oh, well. How are we for... Yeah, we're still really limited by fire and wind. Now, I'm not expecting the final stuff to be available just yet, the final tier. But there's not that many more quartz for us, I'm afraid. Speak up, Missy. You want me to teach? Was that it? Yes, please. I'm looking for a guest teacher for their history lessons, and I think you'd make a wonderful lecturer. All the other elders in the neighborhood... All the other elders in the neighborhood directed me to you. They said you'd be the best for the job. Those backstabbing little... Look, I ain't some show pony you can parade around to keep kids busy. Leave me alone, damn it. No, that's not what I meant. I mean, what's the harm anyway? What's the harm? What's the harm? Ask my privacy. They seem quite animated today. Just ignore them. We don't need to hit up Keen's shop right now anyway.
Well...
Sapphires, that is totally something I would do. If you ever need guidance or anything at all, then please reach out to me. I'll help as best I can. Why don't you do something about it, Van? Aw, have a heart, Grandma. Just tell him some stories from back in the day or something. You like watching me suffer, don't you? You keep laughing, I ain't selling you candy no more. Can't help but feel like they secretly don't mind each other. Vitriol is a funny thing.
More candy again?
So we actually have a new type here.
Stay out of trouble now.
No promises. You looking at my ride, boy? Not like I can go home anyway, unless I want to deal with her. But I ain't got anything left on me. What am I supposed to do? You, can you just leave me alone, you pricks? Really could stand to be more honest with himself. Word of advice, don't touch my car if you want to keep your kneecaps. Adio's alive, you're glaring at him like he just kicked a puppy. See, Van and I are on the same page here.
Oh, why hello.
I was dicking around with nothing to do when Paulette asked me to run an errand for her. Didn't feel like it, but there's something I wanted to grab too, and it makes me look good, I guess. You know, this place has a pretty good lineup. Color me impressed. Maybe I'll pick up a little something for Sid now that he's better.
Alrighty.
It's good to hear he's not eating through a straw anymore. I heard Eddie left that gang he was roaming around with. That's a good start. But he's still dinging around Adios knows where. Just what is that boy up to? Next time I see him, I'm gonna screw that head of his back on straight. That doesn't really motivate him to come home, does it? Not much we can do but be an ear for their troubles.
Looking is always free, you know.
I don't think there's a...
Come back,
Do I have an
boy.
unused book? No. Like, I was thinking, do I need to buy any ingredients, but holy crap, that's gotta be the kids with zeros. Right there. I managed to get some time off. Shocking, I know. I've racked up a lot of overtime lately, so I had some leverage. They're gonna use Just a Song as the opening for the EGC this year. That about sets it in stone. He's the next big star of the music world. He's my little brother's best friend. He's stoic, he's reclusive, he's a bit awkward, but he has an incredible talent for music. I almost see him as more than a friend, like something bigger. But I've been bottling up my feelings for him for so long, my heart is aching. Is it just not meant to be? And we all know what's going on there, I should mention.
Say, why not?
Jess has his first big gig at the end of the year, and then his new album comes out right after. So he's asked me to draw the cover jacket. But I don't know if I can pull it off. His music is some really emotional, profound stuff. No, bad thoughts. I can do this. If anyone knows Jess and his style, it's his childhood buddy.
Say, why not take some flowers with you?
Nothing we need here.
I hope I see you again.
I was wondering if he had like any new gifts for me to give, because we should be getting near the end of that. Goodness, who could imagine he'd find himself with Judith? As a fan of both, I'm rather conflicted. Judith has this charismatic aura about her, and then Maxim is just a total charmer. But together, I just don't see it myself. Seems rumors are making the rounds already.
What do I do?
He's up there. Sometimes I play messenger between some of the other chapels in the city. Every time I visit one, I can't help feeling self-conscious about all my shortcomings and my own vices. I need to learn to be as devout as the other sisters. There we go. In case you're wondering, the furry parrot showed up. Bishop Watson, so nice to see you. It's been quite some time, hasn't it? I happen to be in the neighborhood on business, so I thought I'd stop by. You look like you've kept well, old friend. I have, yes. I can only hope Bishop Orwell's staying healthy himself. But this isn't the best place to converse, I believe. Let's retreat to my office. I've developed somewhat of a sweet tooth in my old age. Would you like a piece of this castella I just baked? You never cease to surprise. Sure, I'll indulge. So I've never had a castella, but I know what one is because of Live Alive. It's some sort of cake. I don't know if it's like a combination between Jell-O and cake or something like that, but I just know it's a type of cake. I'm no match for you, I'm afraid. Our clergymen are wonderful, wise beyond their years. The Grand Cathedral's in good hands. You should really drop by sometime. I'm sure Bishop Orwell would be delighted to see you. Bishop Watson and I go back to our training days at the Grand Cathedral. He's still busy as ever from what I've heard. Word has it he's serving as Bishop Orwell's assistant on quite the momentous assignment. I have much to talk about these days. Come, let me prepare some tea and castella for you. Yeah, if you can't tell, unlike Van, I am not a dessert guy, so for all these sweets, I can't really tell you one from the other. Especially as many as he eats. It's been quite some time since I sat down and had lunch at Montmartre. I grew up together with Paulette and my husband right here in Old Town. So seeing Sheena and Mark having fun together makes me a bit nostalgic for my own younger days.
Indeed.
I was thinking I'd take it easy with the wife today. Hope Hawker's holding up okay at work. He should be home soon, but the man's a workaholic through and through. Who knows what he's dealing with over there? He's been taking care of himself and his kid, but ever since the divorce, though, it was like a wake-up call for him. Yume just can't get enough of Zeros. They're still outside playing with the other kids. Hope that's not a problem, Katja. Oh no, it's perfectly fine. I'm sure he'll get some interesting data for the trouble. I don't believe Zeros has interacted with a group of children at once before. It's always good to broaden his horizons like that. I see, I'm glad she's being helpful at any rate. Fio has always helped me out too, so I'll have to reward them later. Well, thank you very much. Man, I have no idea how to approach her. She has quite the presence, doesn't she? No drone can quite match her.
What'll it be, hun?
Yeah, we've gotten all those.
Soon.
I was looking to see if there's like a new one, but no dice. Yo, helping out in the kitchen today? Yep, Rosette and Anya's handled the office work, so I figured I'd cover the kitchen. It's nice to learn more about Western-style cuisine while I'm at it. Right now, they have me doing garnishes and stuff. Starting simple, of course. Quick learner, huh? Pop's can be pretty strict about it, though, so be careful. Well, I used to help Umi a lot back at home. Though all I ever made was rations, feels like. I want to get good at Western cooking so that I can go back home and make something really nice for everyone. I did train at a restaurant, for the record. I'm not self-taught, just racked up a lot of experience over the years. I don't want to force this on Paulette and Yume, though. I figure I'll change it up when I retire and remodel into something they might like more. Cafe, maybe. Consider this advance notice. When that time comes, I'm going to need a certain slacker upstairs to pitch in. Yeah, I'll get Aaron right on it. You're really going to try to stick that on my rent? Depends, of course. Have mercy on my wallet, I beg you. I didn't realize he actually had savings. Hopefully he can keep them. Man's the type who lives for his hobbies if his rent gets raised.
Pick something already.
Nothing new there. How are we for recipes? We're at 6 stars already, jeez. In case you're wondering, yes, you can get all those on one playthrough, and you probably should, in all honesty. Is there someone up here? So oh, it's the roof. I was about to say, I see a dot, but... Huh. Theo, what are you doing here? Don't tell me. Currently executing Paulette's request to dry laundry. Is the laundry satisfactorily dry? Yep, this looks good. Thank you, Theo. Good. This mission log will be added to training data sets. Theo never ceases to amaze. I'm impressed.
Welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
These materials, the orbital system, what's all this for? Shard tech is one thing, but look at this, an honest-to-goodness mech in front of my very eyes. No, that's a plant. This is so... Why is my nose bleeding? Whoa, easy there. Don't get too worked up now. Well, would you be interested in taking a look at Fio and Zeros, perhaps? I wouldn't mind. Really? Sure, I imagine I'll be dropping by the store often anyway. He works with mechs and he's attractive? Adios, give me strength. I admire your enthusiasm, but I implore you to mind your health.
Need something fixed?
Up, the threes are up for grabs. It's Mistyverse. 600. I might be better off just grabbing another lunar and upgrading them that way. So that gives you perfect accuracy, and I hope I'm not being ironic. Cast 3. But yeah, I think this is all that they're ever going to offer for the game.
Hope to...
Good for you. Let's see.
Switching to maintenance mode.
So
Switching to maintenance mode.
Huh.
That's a single element slot.
Oh, I have the Epika 3 up there, okay. So looking at that and saying, like, why can't I equip that? But that makes sense.
That's a single element slot.
I really don't care for poison, so... Or rot, as they call it now, I should say. As much as I hate to say, I'm probably going to need to take these from Anya's to give to him.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Switching to maintenance mode. That's a single element slot.
Increased chance of defense when defending. Makes sense.
A new skill I see.
Oh, right, I need that for the EP charger, okay.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Okay, what spells does she use? Mirage, wind, and space.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Oh no, it's down here. I was hoping like there'd be a better chaos boost, but it requires even more. And what is it to get... She needs more Mirage. Is there a water thing? No. So looking at water for that also gives Mirage, but I don't see anything. If I were to swap this out for something Mirage related, like this would give it to her.
Shard skills updated. Single element slot accessed. Single element slot accessed.
I don't think she gets anything new by doing this.
Single element slot accessed.
No, that wouldn't do it either. Ironically, Hadron would, but I'm not doing that one. As much as I would hate to say it, she's probably best off taking Shield 3 here for the time being.
Shard skills updated. Switching to maintenance mode.
Activating maintenance mode.
Hold on a second, I didn't put the impede on him yet. So I'd have Phantom start anyway.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Activating
Maintenance mode engaged.
Maintenance mode activated.
Maintenance mode engaged.
Activating maintenance
Maintenance mode engaged. That one's a single element slot.
So she does have Arc Feather right there. I could actually take this off for almost anything else. Hold on. Yeah, you only need... It says I have 12 out of 8, but... Yeah, this math isn't adding up. If they were both 6s, that would be one thing.
That one's a single element slot. That one's a single element slot.
So yeah, maybe it counts double if it's a single element. That'd be the only thing that makes sense. Because I can take this off and put anything else there. The thing though is... Hold on, what I do with that...
That one's a single element slot. That one's a single element slot. Shard skills updated.
Okay, that's interesting. See, I'm going off camera here. Okay, so I tweaked things a little bit just to show you. I'll go down the line here. I took most of her Earth stuff off to give to Katra, but I left the EP3 in the bottom there for her EP charger. I'm just doing like a bit of an experiment. I don't know if there's a cap, but I have the Cast 2, 3, the Tempestverse, and Lunarverse all equipped. Real quick, what does Lorelei do? Okay. She can probably make use of that because she'll be spamming wind spells currently.
Time to update this.
Okay, I do have those equipped. There you go, so you can see his stuff. By having Taurus in that top position, he has a potential nasty combo. Just to show you, you cast your spell, goes into Arc Feather for a follow-up attack. You see it does increase damage to stunned enemies, but the thing is, this also has Shield Breaker Barrage, where you have a chance to inflict a defense down debuff. It says it's with preemptive shard attacks. I don't know if that's just going into battle. It could be, and then I'm misreading this. Yeah, actually that's probably going into battle and not hitting them when they're stunned. That would have been a little too overpowered, I guess. What she's got... I have an EP3 on her, I just noticed. She has the biggest pool out of everyone, but seeing that she has the... Or no, she has a bigger one. Oh, it's because of the X thing at the bottom. Got it. For Fairy, I don't think I really touched anything of hers. If I get around to using her, I have to really overhaul everything. And then for Aaron, he just does pretty much what he does. He's here to dodge and stuff. Sadly, there's no ranged dodge character in this game.
Soon.
She's really turned over a new leaf. The other day, she was looking out her window with some binoculars just taking in the sights. Can't thank you enough, Katra. You've really helped her out. Turned her into a peeper, I tell you. Got till the neighbors closed their curtains. No need to thank me. I'm just happy to see her so interested in my work. As you should be. I hope this helps bring her out of her shell, if only a little bit.
Do you know what you want? I hope to see you again. Do you know what you want? I hope to see you again.
It would be nice if I could get that rose earring here, but... oh well. Okay, I'm going to be taking a real break after this. In case you're wondering, I was finally getting some reprieve here. It's going to hit 90 degrees later, Fahrenheit. There's just no freaking end in sight, I tell ya. I'm happy to see Curtis is studying well, and expect no less from my son. I'm sure he'll pass Aramis's entrance exam with flying colors. And my husband's finally gotten his lazy bum to work too. I'm just over the moon. Come on, focus. Okay, equation here, that cancels out, so the proof is like that. Yes, that's the answer. All that's left is to prove it. Alright, that's ahead of my pace too. I'm lightheaded. Worth it though. I didn't know one could get lightheaded just from studying. That's some incredible focus. It does happen. Hyperfocusing can leave you faint if you're not careful. Kid's got spirit, maybe a bit too much spirit. Not my place to micromanage him though. That's his mom's job. That she seems way too eager to do. But really, he tried putting his slimy fingers on Judith? Judith? That filthy little horn dog, how dare he dash my hopes and dreams like that, just bastard! What's he on about? Beats me, just leave him be, I guess. Looking good, still gotta work on my stomach a bit, though. Van, what are you guys doing here? Right, he did say your office is around here, I, kinda forgot. Dingo, I take it? We're just above the Montmartre Bistro. You mean the same place Dingo treated me to? I had no idea. Are you here for business or for pleasure, Miss... Aimee? I forgot how her name is supposed to be pronounced. Or maybe you're just here for a little bath day with Dingo. No way, I'm alone, I'm alone. Public baths? Ah, is that what this is? Yep, didn't have him over in Basel? So the other day I got my first scoop on the job, well, kinda. I asked Dingo for a little bonus for my work and he ended up treating me to lunch. He went off to do his own stuff afterward, but not before recommending the public baths to me. I didn't realize they had a sauna too, he just might have made a regular out of me. Right, place rules, you got a good eye and good taste, young lass. On the subject, are there supposed to be these milk bottles strewn about the place? Yeah, about that. I won a lifetime supply of Frito-Lay the other day. I didn't think it actually meant lifetime, it just keeps coming and coming. I finish a pallet and another pops up at my door. So, how about I give you some? Waste not, want not. Trust me, I couldn't drink them all if I tried. My poor, aching stomach. Thank you very much. Would you like some as well, Katra? Is that alright? I admit I'm curious. I haven't had Frito-Lay before. Got two. Yeah, according to Dingo, she's just stupid lucky. Mr. Brad would be correct, evidently. So, 4 glasses in front of her. You think she has a drinking problem or something? Hey, Van, do my eyes deceive me, or do I see you've made yet another new friend? And a pretty one at that. Say, since you're here, why don't you hop in for a little dip? Guaranteed you'll love it here. This place is real nice. Got a legit sauna and everything. I can show you how to get the most out of it if you're game. I'm good, thanks. I just had a shower this morning, so it's a bit soon to wash up again. Don't let me stop you, though. If the rest of you want to take a bath, go ahead. I don't mind waiting. You sure? Shame. I was looking forward to inducting you as an honorary sauna sage. A what? I don't know if I like the sound of that. According to him, a sauna sage is someone with an enlightened appreciation for saunas, or something like that. It is supposedly a practice-born Remiferia where saunas originate from. Man, knock it off. I know you mean well, but don't go making my potential future customers uncomfortable. Anyway, if you're ever interested in giving this place a try, new guy, you're more than welcome to come back anytime. Right, thanks. Maybe I will sometime. Should I? I know what's supposed to happen in these sorts of places.
Welcome to Laguna!
Relax to the max. That's our motto. If you ever need to unwind, drop on by and have a soak. So, that orbital drone thing of yours, wonder if you could, like, advertise it, get people to come see it. Tell you what, you lend it to us for the day, and I'll lend the bath to you for the whole day, free of charge. Conniving little girl, aren't you? Hard to argue with a free day pass, though. She caught him hook, line, and sinker. I worry for him sometimes.
Welcome to Laguna!
I think I'll pass on it for now. I'll just relax out here if that's okay. If you're sure, would have been nice to have you, but alright, see you in a bit. Hey, I've got an idea. You want to try a reserved private bath instead? It's pretty small, but still comes with a sauna. You interested? How did you know It's Edith. You meet all kinds of people here with different needs and comfort levels. Grandpa and the others built it to cater to people who might prefer to soak alone, whether it's out of custom or whatever. What do you say, you in? I would actually like that, thank you. I'll take you up on that offer.
That's the stuff.
The steam feels quite pleasant.
It's so nice and warm in here.
I feel good as new.
Make sure you don't catch a cold. Hey,
Okay. Where's the toil now that I think about it? That cat just reminded me. Where did our feline... Oh, crud, I missed them. Ah, you're the Spriggan, right? Sometimes I struggle to carry on. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. No matter how well my music sells, how much my audience entreats me. If only I could just... No, I can't. This is the way it has to be. He has much on his mind from the sound of it. Indeed, but it doesn't sound like he wants to talk to us about it. We all got our problems. Best not to stick our noses where they don't belong. So he might be the night mission. We'll see.
Kids are always so full of energy.
Yeah, where did Toil go? He's no Kope, but he gets a silver medal. Wow, this is so cool. Can I really play with him? Hey, no fair, Yume. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Kid's getting himself all worked up. Sounds like just can't handle himself. Wasn't expect my assistants to prove so popular with the children, not that I mind. We're taking turns giving him head pats. But when Sheena's turn came, she got really excited and kind of freaked out. Never seen her like that before. Oh my goodness, it's cool, right? It's so cute. Wait, cute what? I've always wanted to become a witch. And what's a witch without a familiar? This pupper's just perfect. Strong, clever, and loyal, too. I think she's broken. Come on, let me have a turn. I want to pet the dog, too. Hey, come on, line up if you want to give him head pats. Don't pat him all at once or he'll get tired, one at a time, okay? Well, I appreciate your concern, but he doesn't exactly get tired like a real dog would. That said, it's important to treat him with care. You have my thanks. I am the landlady, after all. Aw, she's imitating her mom. Doesn't really have the presence for it yet, but no need to rain on her parade. Okay, we have her trapped. Let the old bat wander. There we go. I was about to say, she better not park there. Just along for the ride, is he? But yeah, there you have it. We've cleared the area, no sign of a toil, so we're gonna have to go look for him in the surrounding areas. But I need to take my break, and I'll see you guys when I am sweating like no tomorrow. Okay, next spot.
Time to depart.
Okay. So I see a mark on the bulletin board, and there's also one in Bermati's. We're gonna hit Bermati first.
Well, if it isn't Van.
That's the cat, right on
My head
cue.
is still spinning. So what? We've had the wool pulled over our eyes for going on 3 years now?
So it seems. Though this revelation coming from who it does is no surprise. I have to assume the commander, the second in command, and the Archbishop were the only people who knew.
So, commander being I Selnate, I think the second in command is Thomas Lysander. I'm not sure if the Archbishop is someone local or if they're referring to a specific person in Arteria.
Damn bald-faced liar. The commander, too. What are we? Total strangers? You know what? I'm in the mood for a rematch. It's time to kick her ass for good this time.
Not to rain on your parade, but the odds aren't quite stacked in your favor here. Where do the scores stand as of now? 2 wins, 7 losses? 3 wins, 7 losses, excuse you, and it's not staying that way for long. These two are... They were present at the Blacklight District. They're dressed rather oddly. Are you guys acquainted? Barely, if that. What are you doing here, Spriggan? Speak of the devil. Guess that chance at another meeting wasn't too far off. Got too hot under those hoods? Had to take a layer off? You wish. We were just being careful. Let's just say that we got a complicated relationship with someone who was also there. This is how we dress on a daily basis. Appropriate travel attire, regardless of whether it's by train, airship, or otherwise. Right, Needle Noggin Priest I met way back. Kinda dressed like that, too. So, reference to Kevin Graham. You don't look much like your usual traveling priest or sister, you know. There, I will have to agree with you. Don't see what you're laughing about, it's just clothes. So... If I were to guess, I would assume you and Van share an acquaintance. You could say that.
What? You got a problem with us, punk? So you're the Spriggan of the Republic. But personally, I think of you as the dropout of the Conlone School.
Now, Celise. It's not good to pick fights with him when you've only just met. Even if he is a shady piece of human waste from Adios knows where who can't figure out which half of the moral fence he's standing on.
Just met, but you sure got an opinion on me already. Not very fair if you ask me. Don't even know who you two are. Guess we can tell you that much. I'm not pleased, personally, but very well.
I'm Celise. Celise Ortesia. Just think of me as your average wandering priest. Pleased to beat ya, Spriggan.
And I'm Leon Balthazar, also a wandering priest. I've been assigned to support Celise.
But not as a squire.
It is once again a pleasure, fine folks of Arkwright Solutions. Though, quite the heavy displeasure in your boss's case.
Give me a break here, we barely even know each other and you're already baring your teeth at me. Whatever, you guys already know me, so it saves me that part of the intro, but the gist is I take jobs from anyone as long as they don't cross the line. Even if you two don't like me much, I'll be willing to take a job or two from you. Might even help clear up the nasty impression of me you got. It'll be up to you to prove us wrong. Do appreciate a man that sticks to his principles. Unbunch your panties, Arkwright, we're not here to pick a fight with you. I thought my heart was going to be right on my chest. Those two are clearly not your average sister and priest. True, but I don't think the part about belonging to the church was a lie. Reminds me of a book I read once. So that's the Carnelia books that are way back in Sky 1, believe it or not. I'll need to update our records. The 4th and 11th are far stronger than our initial analysis results indicated. So I guess those are their numbers, the 4th and 11th Dominion. Hey, Arkwright, did you hear? About what happened 3 years ago. Celise? 3 years ago? Don't tell me that. Didn't say nothing, don't pay me any mind. You're free to speculate amongst yourselves as much as you want, but we won't be providing any further information. Though we are on the same boat, our goals couldn't be further apart. I would at the very least appreciate it if you took care not to bring shame upon him. Uh-huh, gotcha. Something's going on here.
Very well.
So I'm trying to think back. 3 years from here... I want to say that would be the Azure Tree, which would have been 2 years after the Oriole. It would seem Arkwright Solutions is even more lively than the rumors say. I have to admit I was fairly surprised to hear how widely varied your clientele is. I'd be more than glad to work with you all if the opportunity arises, Arkwright notwithstanding. Of course. Listen here, you can call me Sister Celise. Think of me as a wandering nun of sorts. How about a sermon for you poor lost souls? No thanks. She doesn't exactly look like a stereotypical woman of the cloth. I have something important to share with you today, Miss Kokona. What's up? Oh god, is this contract getting renewed? Please, no. We're holding a Reader's Choice poll over the next week to determine what our most popular title is. There's a good chance Brave of the Legends will be amongst the top ranks. No, I'm certain it'll be first, so let's make sure your next chapter is the best one yet. I actually thought I might do a nice uplifting chapter next. I've got the storyboard here if you want to take a look. But what about the climatic fight against the evil organization? But they can talk it over, solve their problems without violence.
Indeed.
Greatest battle's the one not fought, remember? Thought it might be nice to ease off the gas a little story-wise. I could definitely use the break. Might be overstepping here, but don't you think this isn't the best time to diverge from the plot? We need to see Mia rescued from the enemy's clutches, at least. Look at the... Well, if it isn't Van and his crew, welcome, dears, welcome. I'm entertaining some unusual guests at the moment, though I think you three might already be acquainted, no? Acquainted? Yeah, but they sure aren't going to be getting a birthday card from me. Gonna guess they stopped by for some info. Good try, darling, but you know I can't tell you that. But I might be willing to relent this time if you ask nicely. I might even be willing to tell you that they're here asking about A. You see, they have their sights set on a certain organization that A happens to be employing. Oh yeah? All of the Garden's overseers got artifacts with them. It was a matter of time till the Septian Church sent someone over to try and recover those. Oh ho, you finally brought over that fresh new hire I've been hearing so much about. Catro Silicion, right? You're one of Professor Hamilton's students, aren't you, sweetie? That's right, and you must be Vermati. I've heard my fair share about you as well. Namely about how you're a reputable information broker. It's a pleasure. I'll be providing technical support from here on, so I'm at your service if ever need arises. Oh, what a peach. Trust me, the pleasure's all mine. You've got a full litter of pups to watch over now, don't you, Van, dear? No more slacking off for you. Don't you have a cocktail to make or something? Don't worry, we all do our best to pull our own weight. I look forward to a mutually supportive relationship between us, Mr. Vermati.
I'll take your order.
That's
Come
nothing
back
new.
And play soon.
That Selma girl I met recently has been enjoying running a lot. You saw her running through by the window a second ago. She kind of looks like the gal that won't stop once she gets the ball rolling. Oh, there she is. That's kind of why I invited her to Jess's concert. Just hope it can be something else she'll enjoy just as much. Let's go knock her over. Just a bit more and then I can call it a day. I don't want to risk missing the concert tonight. Lodi invited me to see this up-and-coming artist named Jess. But first a shower. Last thing I want to do is show up there all sweaty.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the Revolution Festival next month, but what do you say you two come pay me a visit in Crossbell after the New Year? I hear they're playing that new Mishi movie in theaters here in the Republic. I'd love a chance to take Amiya to Michelin Wonderland. That sounds wonderful. I myself am interested in Crossbell's dolls and its theater. I just never had the chance to visit because of the tumult. You're just focused on art as always, Nadia. Can't say I've seen much when it comes to dolls lately. But Archon CL is much more interesting than the movies. I bet even Amiya will have a blast. So the dolls they're referring to is, of course, Jurg's workshop, but if you remember Van made him disappear, they alluded to that earlier. So he's not making dolls over there anymore. I heard about Archon CL in Sunday school. They say the action scenes and the dance scene are so cool, and they don't even use special effects like in the movies. You want to see them too, Amiya? You've grown so much. Here I thought you'd only want to go to Michelin Wonderland because of Mishi and Boots. Well, about Mishi. Coolio, that movie, how can I put this? There's that... Kuyo... Amiya went to go see with some friends the other day. Isn't that right, sweetie? Am I missing something? The high tensions between us and the Empire made it so we couldn't visit Kaleo. I'm just gonna call him Kaleo after we went there. Yeah. I think that's just part of the job when you're a diplomat. Kaleo has always been very passionate about other countries. Only naturally he'd want to share that passion with us. I really hope some of his worldliness will rub off on our daughter. I'd love the chance to meet some new artists and visit foreign museums. I thought it would be a good idea to bring my family for a visit now that tensions have calmed down between Crossbell and the Empire. But I guess not. I thought Mishi was all the rage with girls Amiya's age. Oh well, it's not like Michelin's all there is to see in Crossbell. It'd still be worth it to have them visit. No, I wasn't scared of Mishi in that movie. It was just, Anyway, I'm really excited to visit Crossbell. We'll be going after the Revolution Festival. It's gonna be my first time seeing Daddy's workplace, I think. I've never seen him work. The new menu I came up with is selling like crazy, just as I planned. Soon the top spot among Riverside's food stalls will be ours. No, not yet. If we are to aim for the top, there's one hurdle we must still overcome. That mobile bar people talk about as my next target. I think I've seen it before. It's that food truck that shows up here sometimes, yeah? I'll go have a look-see next time they're here.
Oh, good stuff, bro.
Primo's new recipes are a total hit. Man, I've never seen our sales go higher. Wasn't so sure about all of her new ideas, but oh boy, I'm sure glad I gave her a chance. And all the better, because those sales are paying off her paycheck. We're actually barely breaking even.
Take as long as you need.
Well, if you actually had something new here, that'd be one thing,
be
but
waiting for you.
jeez. Actually, real quick.
Take as long as you need.
Like, this one's not too bad, even though at this point, 1,000 hit points isn't really enough to keep up. You can see the guys are all... Like, Catch our low man at 4,000. In all seriousness, like, it's kind of weird for the numbers to be this high in the first game in a series. I've been thinking about it constantly for the past few days. We only got one thing left now, and it's to tear it up even harder next time we take the stage. Let's prove to the label that Idols could be successful. That way they won't even think about disbanding us. We've got a new original song ready to rip. Let's make sure it's a smash hit. You said it. Lulu is all wishful thinking. I wish it was that easy. But either way, we're out of options. This is our last shot, so we've got to make it count. Let's practice for a bit more. Make sure everything's perfect. All we need is for 50 people to show up. Okay, I'll talk to my neighbors again and see if they can come. I made friends with my bus driver and manager at work, so I'll invite them too. I'm counting on you. I'll handle the music side of things. I know a pretty popular singer, so I might be able to ask for help there. Got no choice, I'm running thin on options here. Ah, her old bandmate. So I just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone on the bridge over here. Can you believe the nerve of that guy driving on our sidewalk? We've got Sunday school today. Did you both finish your homework? Yep, I got the worksheet right here with me. Nope, I didn't even bring my worksheet. That's not something you should be proud of, Early. You want to copy mine? Yeah. I hope Early's mom doesn't get mad at her again. You're fun, Lolo. You can come to me whenever you need to. I don't know if we're gonna get along, but we gotta try. I hope Early's mom doesn't get mad at her again. Wait, why am I worrying about that? I did my homework, but Early didn't. I'm letting her copy mine. Wonder if it's okay for her to do that. Does she ever study? Calvert's Revolution Festival is fast approaching, now only a month away. We'll need to start preparations on our end in concurrence with Edith Grand Cathedral and the other chapels. It's a very special day to all the citizens of our country. Central Eastern temples will be joining the prayer services offered. Feel free to participate if you're so inclined. Well, then I'd better start preparing for today's lesson. Yeah, you better take your time there. I'm trying my best out there, Graham. I'm slaying those corners, getting better at staying in my lane, but my cobble still won't cut it against those darn high bloods. I hear you, Jennifer. Just take a deep breath. Jennifer's still pretty wound up about losing that race. Goes to show she's taking things seriously, at least. It's not skill that's holding her back, it's her car. She's a great driver in her own right, but there's not a lot really to be done when it comes to her car. Graham! Her cobble's no slouch, but still being left in the dust despite all the work she's put into it. At that point, all you can really do is get a new ride. Or maybe, we might not need to give it up just yet. Is that a mission I smell? My baby came back to me, my sweet, sweet baby. You're a sight for sore eyes. I'll give you a big smooch and never let you go. I get that I fix their cars and everything, but they don't gotta make such a big deal about it. Hey now, don't make a scene in front of the shop. And be careful out on the road.
What'll it come again?
Nothing new. I got my baby back. Leave it to Bradley to work his magic. It's like she never left my side. It's also like the dirt never left my side. Jeez, you could have at least cleaned her up a bit. She's filthy. Man, that made me sound like a total jerk. I'll give my baby a good wash.
Taking off now.
No rest for that.
I got all mixed up in that incident in Basel, I think they call it. Like, I'm trying to remember how it's pronounced, but in case you're wondering why I can never do it, I do these in parts so many ways that they'll say it correctly in one time, and then when I'm playing next, I've already forgotten what it was. So I want to say it was Basel, or was it Basel? I don't remember. Got all mixed up in the incident in Basel during my last trip. The innkeepers were really nice to me, thankfully. Despite everything, I learned a lot from the experience. I love traveling so much, maybe I should go on a bus trip next. If I can get the time off, that is. Oh, I hear you there. But I sure as hell wouldn't bother spending it in a bus. I'd walk first. In case you're wondering, just... I don't actually know if you can Google what the inside of a Chicago bus looks like, but yeah. Mark Lee and my husband have been very anxious this whole time, insisting I go home. But now that we finally purchased an apartment in the capital, I wanted to settle in and adjust to the culture here. So to be fair, like an airline shuttle isn't too bad, but those don't go everywhere. Unless you're trying to leave, in which case, yes, by all means. In reality, she's acting like she's here to sightsee, not like she has duties to fulfill. It'd be for the best if Mistress Olivia could return to Horacion for the time being, but neither her nor the Master seem to care much right now. So I guess Horacion's gonna be the finale instead of... Yeah, it'd have to be Horacion now that I think about it. We haven't been able to track down Almada, regardless of how hard we look. Man, I feel close to my limit. You're having a hard time too, yeah? That's why you're on patrol duty? Guess Almada has been quiet. We can't relax just yet. We never know when they'll strike again, after all. It's hard to request a day off when things are like this. We better hurry up and arrest those guys. At least then I'll be able to get back to my girlfriend's good books. Flimsy motivation aside, I guess we're both aiming for the same thing. Let's catch those guys. We haven't seen much of the terrorists ever since the attacks in Basel and Anchorville last month. Anything come up on your side of things? Nothing we can share, sorry. The police are also having a rough go of it, huh? But at least things look like they're going back to normal. The terrorism investigations are winding down in Anchorville, too. Can't beat peace. I don't want to go shopping. I want to play and draw instead. She's throwing another tantrum. I can't right now. I admit defeat. Do whatever you want, Mina. Make sure you show Mommy what you drew, okay? Okay. My world always has to revolve around you. Wait, really? Yeah, I'll show Mommy my drawing. I'm gonna draw a bear. And then a tiger and then a squirrel. And is the squirrel bigger than the tiger and the bear? Is she actually behaving, or have I just gone crazy? I should try talking to her now that she's behaving. Maybe I should forget about groceries for today. Our pantry isn't totally empty. Oh yeah, you love animals, don't you, sweetie? Is this in the forest? Yep, it is, and guess what? I've got a house there. Must be her imaginary house. Maybe I should ask her some more about it. And that might help you figure out where your shortcomings as a parent are. Why would your kid rather live out in the woods than with you? Food for thought. The department store's administrator, Wesley, came by today. He hit it off real well with Ilhan ever since they met, so he's been dropping by from time to time. I think the two of them could become good friends, so I decided to keep my nose out of it. But Ilhan's good-natured, and it leads to him getting taken advantage of. I should probably poke around just a little.
Need help with something?
Okay, I didn't notice this one sooner. That one could be a little fun. I just can't afford it. And you know what? I'm just going to outright buy one of these. I seriously don't have one of these?
I'm ready to help whenever you
Time out, folks.
Switching
oh,
to
man.
mode.
Time out again. Okay.
I can handle any mate.
So I tweaked the orbit a bit, and I also did some customizing off camera. If not for this thing being such a freaking narrow cone, that would be one thing. In case you notice, it's like the letter T compared to like Umber Cracker, which is a short cone. That's because this is wide, and I guess the cataract is long or something, I don't know. Okay, I'm good.
Thanks for being such a good customer.
I heard the department store just opened up the rooftop terrace as a sort of lounge area. But it's a nice place to relax, especially with the incredible view of the city up there. They could even go as far as making it a small rooftop park. But the timing was kind of suspicious. They weren't copying our store, were they? Well, I guess imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
What'll you have today?
Aha. I already used this to my knowledge, but we'll grab one just in case. Gift for Catra.
Thanks for coming.
Alrighty.
Our store also comes with a new terrace lounge situated on our roof. Just perfect open space for our customers to take a break from shopping, dare I say, just like you can do at Iota. Is that right? That's great to hear. But that's a lot of big words you're throwing around there. I kinda just winged it when I was designing Iota. I'm happy it worked out for you, though. Excuse me, you winged it? Yeah, though it's not like Carlo let me do just anything. We still had to adhere to all those infrastructure laws, so he tweaked some stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys' new terrace lounge. I'll be sure to come by and take a look. Yeah, we'd be pleased to have you. Feel free to visit whatever you like. He's incredibly gifted and perceptive when it comes to his business sense, but he's still young and naive. Now that I know him a little better, I feel somewhat bad about this rivalry. Maybe I had him pinned wrong all along. I've come to find out his opinion matters a lot to me. Hearing him praise us was elating. Administrator Wesley's taken a real shine to Iota lately. I'm glad he's been moving things along. He's building a small terrace area on the rooftop.
Do you have any preferences?
Nothing
Thanks for
new.
coming in.
Hey, you're back. You're Professor Hamilton's student, Catra, right? I wasn't aware you were in the capital. You must be Kay. You're Associate Professor Tane's student. I heard you're carrying out some field research regarding urban engineering. Yes, that's why I came to the capital so often, though right now I'm mostly here just to visit my parents. They were worried half to death after everything that happened in Basel. I mean, I get why your folks to be worried. Shit got real messy back there. The Institute's still dealing with the aftermath of losing one of its professors, so a lot of classes are being cancelled. It's a little better now with Professor Hamilton taking charge, but it's not perfect either. So I'll be staying with my parents until things settle down back at the Institute. I see. Gran must be working really hard. You mentioned your parents, didn't you? What was that, Catra? Nothing, don't mind me. Well, I wish you the best of luck in your research as a fellow student. Thanks for the help, Ismail. Ain't easy to deal with everything now that we're 3 people down. No need to thank me. Fee helped me out yesterday, so consider it me repaying the favor. I heard things finally settled down in Vegas Films, enough for a new CEO to step up anyway. What do you think about all of this, Lahad? I think I know what you're getting at, but if they're doing their job, that's all we can ask for. Jin did say they were getting a little nosy for their own good. The hell are they talking about? Thanks for the help, Ismail. Ain't easy to deal with everything. So that's just all a repeat.
Very well.
As is that. So I need to remember to get the people on the bridge still.
What to do?
We did receive a report, but there are a few things that still concern me. Luke and I are planning to continue with our analysis in an attempt to get some answers. Oh, yeah? Good to hear my good-for-nothing granddaughter is turning into good-for-something. To be honest, she's kind of terrifying. In spite of her young age, she's become the Eurasian branch's backbone. She may have only been with us for a year, but I don't know anyone that would argue with me on that statement. Oh, no need for flattery. I'm sure you just exaggerate. It still does be good to hear that she's well. Tell her to stop by again sometime, won't you? I'm relieved to hear my granddaughter has been doing well at the Eurasian branch. A young man has been coming to help me with my office work here as well. Might help with efficiency if we took in some more staff at the back office. Ewan, when did we get that main branch? When did you get to the main branch? Just now, actually. Thought I'd surprise you guys. Wanted to come by earlier to update you guys, but work and life have kept me busy lately. Everything going well with your girlfriend, then? Yep, it's a little embarrassing to talk about, to be honest. We still have our issues and everything, of course. Kreml works at the police department, right? She probably has her hands just as full, really. I'm glad things are going well, despite that. Hopefully we'll get a chance to hang out soon. Yeah, I know she'd love to as well. Make sure to stop by if you come by Eurasian anytime soon.
Well...
Ewan works in the Eurasian branch. He started the year before Alvis and I did. He's a really promising up-and-coming bracer. He was promoted to B rank before Alvis was, after all. Though Alvis isn't that far behind, after everything that happened last month, he might also be on track for a promotion to B rank. I came by to update the main branch on our research progress over in Eurasian. We've been looking into the Mafia. Haven't been by the capital in a while. I have so many people I want to at least say hi to. Hazel, of course, and Jin and Elaine are also a must. I'd love a chance to talk to Alvis, too, but looks like he's busy as ever. Hey, long time no see. Guess what? They're letting me help out with some of the guild's paperwork. They said they were impressed with my enthusiasm and let me have a chance to experience working with them firsthand. I'm planning to stay here for about a week while Kine is at the department store. Okay, I just want to make sure. The dot I thought I saw was this door. Huh, Carmen Sandiego, we found her.
It's so convenient nowadays.
I know, she's kind of lazy. Did you see the lottery odds for this year's EGC? EGC, that's the Edith Girls Collection, yeah? They hold that event in Treon Tower at the end of the year. We're totally going to try to get in. There will be so many cool actresses and models in it. We got to go. This year's going to be insane, though. Those odds are like totes impossible to win. There's got to be something you can do, yeah? Oh, I'd totally go viral if I posted pictures of the EGC. People go crazy for shots of all those superstars. Okie dokie, I'll sniff around online, see if I can figure out how we can get some tickets. For real? Yes, let me know if you can help with anything. You're an actual genius, girl. Blows my mind, I swear. I haven't done anything yet. Is there anything between those ears of yours? I legit worry it's just air sometimes. And they repeat. I just picked up a new book. It's called Memory Train for Dummies. I think all my problems might have something to do with my memory. I mean, I'm really clumsy and get lost all the time. I don't think it's a stretch, yeah? I daydream too much? What's that got to do with anything? I'm talking about my memory here. What was he talking about again? I don't remember. I'm sure it'll come back to me. Our rooftop terrace is finally open. It's part of Administrator Wesley's plan to compete with Iota. It's the perfect place for our customers to take a much-needed shopping break, and we might even start holding events there soon. It's a little plain for now, but Administrator Wesley is making sure we'll be able to take full advantage of the space in the future. He's actually at Ilhan's right now bragging about it. He finds it to be quite the accomplishment.
I'm proud of all my wares.
Stein Rose. You better be worth this, Dingo.
It's been a pleasure.
So I think that'll actually max him out.
Thanks, Van.
A back worth leaning on. 10 strength or Van. So yeah, we don't even have to do this one now. I received another letter from my younger sister. She lives in Longport. All her whining almost masks how hard she's working at bettering herself as a bracer. I think I know who you're talking about. Her name is Xiaoling, right? Yep, that's her. Always getting herself in hot water, but she's real sweet. Sounds like she's been having beef with someone from Hayway. Hope she doesn't get into a really dangerous situation. If only she'd behave. All I can do is hope. I'm honestly not on the best terms with my family, so I don't plan on going back anytime soon. believe Leon really cares about Xiaoling despite everything. Never thought I'd see the side of Leon, considering his usual cynicism. Might be a bit much.
Does anything catch your eye?
Thank you for visiting the Weston department store.
I hope I see you again.
Our stores have a wide variety of fine goods for sale.
A massive shipment of winter and designer clothes recently arrived at our store. They're expected to be in fashion this coming year. The change in season is the perfect time to update your wardrobe, not to mention the upcoming EGC. People are opting to update their wardrobes right now before both EGC and the Revolution Festival. It's quite the opportune time to do so. Most profits in the Republic's clothing industry are generated around November.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Red Parka. So we lose out on 6 evasion for 1 magic evade, and you get 20. Wow, you get a lot of art defense and else. Ooh. Huh.
Thank you for visiting the West.
So we're gonna need this for Katra, because he's not dodging to save his life. I mean that literally. This is an upgrade, a massive upgrade for Anya's.
Hope you enjoy shopping with us. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Yeah, I want the magic evade for Judith. Or Rosette, I mean. This one, speed. So that's an upgrade for Van and Aaron. Upgrade for most of the girls. Like, I don't mind losing the 2 points of movement to get that much speed on Rosette. Might as well cash out now.
We await your next visit.
I don't actually know if I can buy the weapons yet, but we'll see. You're kinda, yeah? From Krail Village. Heard you know something here and there about gunsmithing. Well, my boss said my metalworking's pretty good. I'm no expert, of course, but I take just as much pride in my work as my ancestors did. I heard about that. You took up gunsmithing by reading your family's old notes, yeah? I feel you. I come from a long line of gunsmiths myself. Technology might change, but the real metal needed to be a gunsmith hasn't. The road ain't easy, but I'm sure you know that already. I do. Thanks so much for taking me in. I won't disappoint you. Alright. Don't freak out over it, but you got the spirit, and I appreciate that. Relax a little. We're the same age. We are? That's kind from Krail Village. Looks like she's training here. Thunders is a pretty well-known place, although I wasn't aware the owner was so young. Sylvie's been getting gunsmithing hammered in by her grandfather since she was young. Yeah, she's only 20, but she's the real deal. Anyone doing an apprenticeship under her is in good hands. Never thought Sylvie would take me in as her apprentice. And we're the same age? Man, that feels like a joke. How is she so skilled already? I can't even hope to compare. Get it together, Kaina. This is a wonderful opportunity. Train under one of the Republic's best gunsmiths. I think I'm getting excited all over again. This week I'll be a sponge. A sponge that absorbs every single drop of knowledge. Hey, Van. You know this kid, too, don't you? The guys over at Stanley's introduced us, so I decided to take her up for some training. She's got potential. Been a while since I had an apprentice, so it's just a crash course for now.
What's it gonna be?
So I don't need accuracy on Van, I hope. Okay, that one is really tempting. And yes, I'm looking at the speed. It'd be cool if that actually affected his speed in the field, but it doesn't. Ever. Which annoys me, if you couldn't tell. So this may go obsolete somewhat soon, but I'll keep it just in case.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. I'll get more good stuff in stock soon.
Okay, we have a little bit of a window to get some more money.
Well...
Yep, I think I'm never going to bother checking that again until I forget for the next video. What a sight. You can see the whole front of the station. Kinda makes you want to shout hi at the people down below, right, Apollo? And they just repeat. I was hoping the dog would say something more insightful. You'd think my husband's good nature and kindness would make him gullible, but you'd be surprised. I learned while on our honeymoon just how dependable and reliable he can really be. It's not just about how deep his pockets are at the end of the day. Marguerite, you got kinda sappy all of a sudden. What happened to talking about how to bag a rich husband? Sorry, I got carried away there. Right. I was talking about how I met my husband. It was during the Revolution Festival. Marguerite's very different than what I thought she'd be. Her stories are still interesting. Don't get me wrong, just different. I already heard everything she could share about a happy and healthy marriage, and there's nothing healthier in a marriage than a healthy wallet. Next step is to ask her how to pounce. Final frontier of netting myself a rich husband of my own. I didn't want it to sound like I was bragging about my husband, but I couldn't help just blabbing on about him. Though if you ask me about my relationship with him, of course I'll talk about his virtues. It's the most important part of it all. I just wish Beth understood that. Starting today, Weston Department Store's rooftop terrace is officially open. My name's Milty. I'm the new recruit in charge of managing the rooftop. I ran a cafe at my old job. It's in a large shopping center that also doubles as an event venue, so I hope the experience will help here.
What'll you have today?
Trying to think if we may have run into her in a different game.
Thanks for coming.
Can you repeat that?
Lady.
A lot of room on the roof for holding events, not to mention the killer view. Hope we'll be able to pull something like that off soon. It's my responsibility as manager to ensure a rooftop lounge is the perfect hangout spot. Looks like the place will become popular with children once we install some children's place to start holding events here. I'm trying to think if we may have seen her in Bose and back in Sky. You should get yourself a nice part-time gig. I got one not too long ago, actually. I sorely need some cash after all those failed dates and stuff. Cooking jobs turned out to be a piece of cake, pun totally intended. I cook at home all the time, so I'm used to it. Kid's got some wholesome in him, not just chicks up in his brain. I remember Lyle saying he was having quite a tough time at home since it's just him and his mom.
Look around all you like. Peace out.
We hope you enjoy shopping with us.
I know
the guild can help.
Okay, I think we're done here. Off to Tyrell we go. Hey, did you read this month's BuzzWriter? I haven't yet, but my friend told me what they wrote about Judith Lanster. At first I was shocked by it, but the more I think about it, maybe it makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, totally, I hear you. Judith Lanster sure is famous, getting people to talk about her as much as they do. Oh, don't worry, she does a lot of talking about us, too. I feel like I've been hearing her name come up an awful lot the past couple of days. I know, I wonder if something happened to her. What, feeling a little concerned for her? I suppose so. It's hard not to worry when people are speculating about her so much. Are you a fan of hers, Agnes? I am, but that's not the only reason I'm concerned in this instance. Those two are discussing the contents of BuzzWriter, yes? I've seen that magazine on newsstands from time to time. Yeah, it's something of a rival to Meld, the place that Dingo works for. BuzzWriter's got more of a dicier rub by comparison. Gotta take their stories with a couple grains of salt and then some. But it's always possible those guys managed to actually dig up some sort of scoop about Judith, for better or worse. If you guys are that curious, we can always buy a copy at the bookstore. You can consider it another way to gather intel. You rely on even tabloids to gather your information? Is that really such a good idea? Don't get me wrong, about 90% of what they publish is bullshit, but it ain't smart to write off rags like that altogether either. Yep, you learned that in Men in Black. I just want to know if something happened to her at the very least. Hopefully BuzzWriter can explain what. Let's go ahead and swing by the bookstore later to pick up a copy. Doesn't hurt to check it out. Karen tries to act like she isn't bothered, but she is. It's written all over her face. Not that I mind if she is, I just wish she'd put it off to the side while they're supposed to be out patrolling. Anyway, you can be sure we'll be keeping a sharp eye out, so no trouble slips past on our watch. Can't have you guys hogging all the glory. I had a feeling people were in a weird frenzy this morning, but I didn't think the reason was because of some celebrity scandal. Part of me wants to write that all off as just dumb noise, but between you and me, we do have some investigators in our ranks who are playboys. If someone on the force ended up on a tabloid, I'd probably take it a little more personally. We are talking about colleagues here, after all.
Indeed.
Maxim did what to Judith Lanster? I knew people said he was a womanizer, but I thought he was still a good guy deep down. Guess not. What a bummer. Maybe it's just a bunch of haters trying to spread lies about him. No, probably not. Feel so let down. Oh. Okay, for a sec there. So we got the dots. It can't be easy being famous. I couldn't say whether or not that article has any merit. However, what I can say is that when Judith visited our cafe some time ago, she was pleasant to serve, a perfectly normal woman. Fame certainly has a way of making a victim of one's own success. It's unfortunate when it means someone can't carry on a normal life, truly.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. We await your next visit.
Okay. Whoa, did Judith Lanster and Maxim Lugan really? No, what am I doing? I can't be bothering customers like this. They're here to relax. Maybe I'll buy a copy of BuzzWriter on my way home, though. Oh, there's a... Nope, that's Kageyoshi. You're in on this too, man? That's interesting. Not used to seeing him hang out by the window all that much. Indeed he does, though cats can be such fickle creatures by nature, as I'm sure you all know. Nevertheless, seeing him in such high spirits always puts me in a good mood as well. I'm happy when he's happy. I can't believe how worked up everybody in the city is getting over such salacious news. Something like that would be inconceivable back in the Central East. I'm glad my son is at Sunday school so he isn't exposed to any of this. I really don't want our son hearing such lowbrow talk from other people. It just wouldn't be good for him. Let's start over here. Finally finished reading my copy of Perfect Crimes by Perfect Perpetrators. Feels so strange. Why do I have the sense of loss now that's all over? Wonder if they're going to put out a new edition sometime. I need to contact the publisher and find out. The paparazzi are saying Judith Lanster and Maxim Lugan are a thing, huh? Ha! Give me a break. When you've been in the entertainment business as long as I have, you develop a pretty good instinct for what's legit and what's total crap. But it doesn't always take someone like me. Anyone who's been following both of their careers will tell you them getting together is a stretch. Think about entertainment as you're selling your name and reputation. Unfortunately, some people make their money by misusing it. Good to see you're doing great, Julian. Sounds like things are going well over at Aramis, too. Yep, I see you haven't changed a bit either. I know you're always busy, but I hope you have time to coach me again sometime soon. That'd be really great. Sure, I can do that. Can't really say no when it's you. Maybe I'll see if I can get Elaine, Lahad, Alvis, and Regina to join us. Make it a whole get-together. Sounds less like a get-together and more like a recipe for an incident, if you ask me. Not to change the subject, but you two know each other? I didn't realize that. Yep, he goes to Thor's military academy. He's a member of Class 7 there, to be exact, just like I was. She went before I attended, but she and the other members have still done so much for me. I wouldn't be the man I am today without all the guidance of my awesome instructor and the other graduates. Wow, that's amazing. When you say instructor, you don't happen to mean... I'm sure he does mean the big hero of the war. This kid just gets more and more intriguing the longer we talk to him. I know I'm not one to talk, but it's safe to say everybody who comes out of Class 7 is unique, to say the least. Anyway, I'm sure we'll run into each other a lot while we're here. If anything comes up, feel free to hit me up. I'll be happy to listen. Alright, I will. Thanks, Fee. Good to see you. I really owe a lot to the older members of Class 7, especially Fee. She gave me a ton of useful advice when I first came to the Republic to study abroad. Instructor Reen pushed me to come too. I wouldn't be here without him. All the more reason for me to succeed so I don't let people like him down. I've got a soft spot for Julian since we can't come from the same school and all, so I suppose I can give him a little coaching. Maybe I'll see if I can get Elaine, Lahad, Elvis, and Regina to join me, make it a whole get-together. Yep, we'll just give the cops a little bit of advance notice, and I'm sure they'd appreciate that. Judith Lanster and Maxim, what's his name, are an item now? For real? Talk about eerie. What the heck happened? Was she crying about losing the Best Actress award and then he pounced or something? I don't know about that. I get you're shocked, but I wouldn't jump to conclusions if I were you. It was Buzzwriter who broke the story. They're a pretty nasty bunch. Every talent agency out there has blacklisted them for a reason. Not to mention this is pretty sensitive stuff we're talking about here. The line between a celebrity's private and public lives is hazy. You actually sound like you know what you're talking about for once, Peter. What gives? Did you eat something weird today? Oh, did you not know? Then again, Peter's not one to really bring this kind of thing up. Anyway, I know he doesn't look it, but his dad's the president of a talent agency. He's practically entertainment nobility. What are you knocking off about my looks? Sorry I'm not as hot as I'm supposed to be, I guess. I ain't mentioned it before because I'm not on the best of terms with my dad. I only brought up that other stuff because I thought you two should know. No way. Peter, does that mean you get to hang out with celebrities as much as you want? I don't want to talk about it. Think whatever you like.
The next generation will inherit.
Peter's so bad at being direct that it always gets him into trouble.
Driver too.
We saw that already. Wynn's not making him late. It's causing problems with his dad. We could have put this behind us a lot sooner if he'd just come out and told us what he needed to. Instead, he gets all sheepish and makes everything worse. I had no idea Peter was the son of an entertainment note company president. That's so hilarious. I don't get that vibe from him at all. But I guess it kind of makes sense the more I think about it. That'd explain why he knows such specific stuff. Gotta give him credit, though. He doesn't really brag about it or anything at all. He's a really good guy. Did San really not know about it? I could have sworn I at least told her once before, huh? We'll hit that up later. I wonder if my sister cares about what's been happening with Judith Lanster. I'm worried one of the editors is going to ask me to write up a story about that, and I really, really don't want that to happen. At some point, everybody at the company is taken to calling me Super Gopher, and I want them to stop already. That stuff up in Basel the other day sure caused me some problems. All of my contacts in Parliament have refused to speak with me recently. The CID has likely been pressuring them to keep quiet on recent matters. Well, it probably isn't just them. There's a lot of red flags about all that between Professor Cronkite being reassigned, Vern's board of directors getting shaken up. Mariel's got the day off today. She said she was going out to lunch with somebody, I think... Wait a minute. Could it be who I think it is? Ooh, I'm crossing all my fingers and toes for her. Go get him, girl.
How about some nice cold...
Love is a lot like sweets when you first think about it. It comes in all kinds of different shapes and flavors. Take Judith and Maxim, or Maxith as people call them. On the outside, they might look like a really sweet lovey-dovey sort of couple. But you can't just make a good sweet by piling sugar on top of more sugar, and my gut tells me that's exactly what those two have going on. It might give you a sugar rush at first, but sooner or later you'll get tired of it, and then it'll all come crashing down with a nasty stomachache.
Hello. Thanks
Yep,
for
that's a
shopping.
pretty good description of love.
How about...
Welcome to... dang it, I choked on some popcorn. My throat still hurts. Sorry about that, but who wouldn't choke after hearing about such a big scandal?
Hey there. See ya.
I'm not going to do the movie yet. I'll probably do that in the side job video. Youngins won't stop yammering about that scandal Judith Lanster found herself in. An actor's job is to act out stories, not be a paradigm of morality. But young people these days want them to be as pure as the driven snow. I can't understand it. As if that weren't bad enough, I hear there are entertainers called idols that sell themselves on an exact hogwash. How embarrassing. I'm starting to agree with the guy. I've had a handful of chances to talk to Judith Lannister, including when she came to our theater to promote Golden Blood. Though I may not know her well, it saddens me to see her go through such a tremendous scandal. I suppose these moments come with fame, such as hers. It's becoming quite the headache for us, too. We now have people inquiring about the matter to us. There's a rumor going around about a particular actress. It's caused quite a stir around the city. I don't really know much about the situation. We do sometimes greet the actress in question, but it's not as though we're acquainted with her. So I can't say whether it's true or not. We just don't know any of the facts. Hey, Anya's? What is it? Never mind, it's nothing. Just glad to see your work's, going well. Stay safe out there, alright? Am I seeing things, or is this kid starting to change his tune? Yes, he and I had a bit of a talk after our trip to Basel. He should fully understand now that I'm proud to be working with you, and that nobody's forcing me to do so. I didn't know you told him that, but still. There's always a chance something could still happen to Anya, so I need to be ready to protect her at a moment's notice. I, don't know if that talk was all that effective, Anya's. Sure it was, he just needs a little more time to accept it, that's all. When I agreed to tag along with Odette on her cafe hopping trip, I didn't expect to end up in a place like this. It's pretty calm and relaxing, I'll admit. Definitely a good place to do some thinking. Listen, Agnes, just try to stay out of danger, alright? If you run into any problems, you can always come to talk to us. You know that, right?
Okay.
Finally found the Roman cafe that everyone's been talking about. I love me a good cafe, so when I heard about it, I knew I had to come see it. Turns out it's just as nice as everyone says. The drinks are to die for. Sounds like it was worth the trip. I'm happy for you, Odette. I can tell you're busy with work right now, but don't forget to take a break yourself when you can. Turns out the two are Anya's classmates. They mentioned that they enjoy visiting cafes, so today I'm doing something a little different and serving up cappuccinos for a change of pace. I can only imagine how busy student council work must get. Hopefully they'll be able to relax and unwind a little while they're here. I'm sure they will. Nothing beats your place when it comes to that. Take good care of them for me, alright, Shino? Absolutely. I promise to give my absolute best service and then some.
Hello.
I thought you were serving cappuccino.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm getting out of this den of lies. Can't believe what everybody's saying about Judith Lannister and Maxim Lugan. That sort of gossip's right up your alley, isn't it, Sloth? You bet your ass it is. There were rumors flying around that Maxim was fooling around so much the guy had mistresses all over the place. Nobody saw him bagging Judith Lannister, though. Makes you wonder what fate has in store for such a powerful couple, don't you? Or don't it? Don't it? Sheesh, you're practically frothing at the mouth, man. Apparently it's not so credible, so all this excitement will probably die down before long.
This tastes great.
Great news. We've decided to open two new... how do we say this again? Kayunge branches? We bought two properties, a building in Messeldon that emptied out after terror threats and an Anchorville storefront that got damaged last month. You can be sure we'll be making them special places to visit. Yeah, get that smug look off your face. Those ventures of yours sound about as virtuous as Aaron. So why open stores in those places? Are you trying to keep an eye on Almada? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm only trying to spread the joy of authentic Eastern cuisine to more places. Mind you, the plan isn't set in stone. We got the properties for cheap, but depending on their condition, we might reconsider. After all, our organization is nothing if not flexible. We're good at thinking on our feet. Don't mind me. I was simply mulling something over.
Do you know what you want?
I haven't eaten the hot pot yet.
Again.
Is the waitress up here? Miss Mao complimented me today. She said I'm doing a good job studying everything I need to know for this job. You can't work here unless you know your stuff, so I really hit the books when I was hired. How am I supposed to be a good server unless I know the history behind our dishes and what makes each of them so special? You never know when that knowledge might come in handy on the job.
Oh yeah, I should read up on that rumor that's been making the rounds.
I see.
Maybe I'll pick up a copy of Buzz Raider while I'm here.
I just found out that Judith Lannister and Maxim Lugan are madly in love right now. How scandalous. I'm not into movies or Z1 Racing, but even I've heard of those two. I think I'll pick up a copy of Buzz Raider. It wasn't on my buy list, but I'm just dying out of curiosity. The tabloids are selling like hotcakes here. I'm just about to run out of BuzzRider copies. It's craziness. Though I'm feeling a little conflicted about it, given the unseemly reasons behind the increase in demand. When you purchase a copy of BuzzRider at the bookstore, the main story will advance. Okay, we'll hold off on that? No, hold off. I was curious if I could buy other stuff there.
The next generation will inherit.
Yeah, good for the next generation. I'm off to Satan.
Let's get going.
Don't even think about stealing those tires, kid. We're on the street as Lucan's a bit of a playboy. Just rumors, of course, but something had to spread them. The whole thing with him going after that actress kind of soured my opinion of him. He really built up this professional image on the track, but now he's gone and thrown it all away. You ask me, he should have stayed in his lane. People looked up to the guy for crying out loud.
Indeed.
Only until they get to know him. I heard Almano was behind those terrorist attacks on Basel and Anchorville. Scum bastards, we gotta tighten up our security to make sure they won't weasel their way into Edith. I did hear, though, that it was a private company that got Basel back under control and not the police. Can't complain as long as they're keeping the public safe, but I wish the Force could have been on a better show, put on a better show there. Honestly, though, with the uptick in fraud and scams lately, I feel like citizens aren't taking street smart seriously anymore. This is gonna sound a bit morbid, but those regular attacks back in the day made everyone more alert and aware of their surroundings, I feel. I think with things booming the way they are, everybody's laying their guard down. Not to say things shouldn't be peaceful, it's just opening the door back up for lowlifes and gangsters to take advantage of people. Our ties with the CID? Well, I wouldn't know much about that, honestly. All the groundwork for that was already laid when I joined. Though I know some of my fellow officers have some strong opinions about it. But Colordo has quite a few connections to the CID branch we work with. That's made things much easier. You guys again, huh? Sticking your noses into trouble as usual, I take it? Well, I guess that's not always a bad thing. I do owe you for Basel. We were just discussing our cleanup efforts and what we subsequently learned about the group's movements. Whoa, am I dreaming? I just got props from a bracer and they're letting me in on some insider info? Don't get ahead of yourself. I just can't stop you from listening in on us when you're right there. Something tells me that cold shoulder is just for show. Even the guild has to admit you played a large part in Basel. We lost track of the airship, unfortunately, but we did manage to ferret out the other moves in the meantime. We've also been cracking down on their business ties and collaborators, which has helped us make numerous high-profile arrests. Yeah, that checks out. After the shit show in Basel, I bet the CID wants these guys gone. That's good to hear, but I'm still bothered that we have no intel on them in terms of motives or end goals. Yeah, what's also weird is Muscledom's calmed down a lot. You think they'd be ramping up their activities there, right? The guild's trying to get to the bottom of that now. We want to figure out the impetus for that swing. Chief Rogron has ordered us on high alert, in fact. Though that's just bureaucracy, really. At any rate, I do hope the guild takes our intel into account. We will. Hell, if we get info before they attack, maybe we can stop them from killing a ton of people. Wouldn't that be nice? Sounds like there's some tension between those two. Hope they can put that aside. Well, that was juicy. I'll have to keep an eye on how that plays out. We've been doing our own investigation at the guild, plus prepping our own countermeasures against you-know-who. Feels like Elaine's been digging a bit deeper than the rest of us, though. Apparently she's even doing her own research after hours. Talk about dedication. She needs to make sure she doesn't burn herself out. Incidentally, our mutual friend has been in contact fairly regularly. I just hope they keep things under control on their end. Don't quite catch your drift there, but I guess something's keeping the CID busy.
That policeman looks so cool.
Kid must see him scarfing down donuts by the dozen. No, it's just... No, this is a mockery. This isn't the tower at all. I have to put my all into this. I must put the tower's mystique to canvas or that Imperial fop will have me beat at the concourse. I can feel burnout creeping in my body, but I can banish it. I can't give out till I crack the tower's code. Have you tried using other colors? Asking for a friend. You. I'm using friend very loosely. A scam website. The mere thought just unnerves me. I've already had to swallow my pride and put in a request, or I just have to hope someone takes it? Think that man may have put in a request. What makes you think that, Katra?
Oh, I'm so in love with this brand.
There we go.
Welcome to Erlands.
Curl's taking a break today. Evidently there's something going on at this share house in Old Town. One look at her outfits lately tells me something's weighing heavy on her mind. I just don't know what. I pray to Roosh that whatever she's struggling with, she gets through it and finds her way.
We have full confidence in our products.
Yeah, she has all the old stuff and the alternate hair colors here. Hey, we can catch her green hair. Reference to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged.
We await your next visit.
That's quite a few people in that hotel there. Sasha got a ride to Aramis. She's playing ball up there now, but a few years back she was here dominating these streets. I don't know who's all with you, but this will be fun regardless. Been a while, hasn't it? I've been needing a little challenge in my life too. Once this is all over, let's scrap a bit for old time's sake. Damn, Sasha, you really grew up, didn't you? You rocked that uniform. Dumbass didn't know what hit him. Picky to fight with a firecracker like you. Think I'll watch this one and see if he learns a thing or two. Guess I see what Simon's getting at. She does have potential. But it's really worth tying up the court just for a one-on-one with some preppy Aramis kid? I mean, where's the fun in watching a schoolboy go up against our queen of the streets? We're one of the strongest teams around. People don't want to see us being up small fry. They want to see a challenge.
Here are the latest forecasts for region.
Just trying to get as far away as possible. Hell do you want? Why do you drag me out here? Oh, nothing big. Just figured a match or two might change your outlook on things. Hell are you talking about? I can tell you got a lot on your plate right now. A lot of things just stressing you out. I've known you since before Ronald dragged you into this mess after all. Even Ren is giving you props for trying to get yourself back on track now that he's dropped out. But aren't you tired of all that work by yourself? It's okay to ask for help, you know. We can help you get back on the straight and narrow. Get off your friggin' high horse. You've got some nerve picking a fight you know you'll lose. Oh, don't call me out just like that. I'm the captain of the basketball club for a reason. In fact, I venture to say I'm a better athlete than you in general. Pick a sport, I'll wipe the floor with you. Come at me, and when I win, you get the hell out of my face. Up until April, James was hanging around with this punk named Ronald. Ronald dropped out, but James still covers for him. Well, I guess I can help him vent some of his frustrations at least. Might have to play a little rough with him, though. I am so sick of looking at your face. Don't you dare bitch about playing rough. Got it? I'm gonna whoop your ass and you're gonna like it.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah, that's my thought exactly. Okay, now I need to remember where I left off. Wow, private school students playing here? You don't see that every day. It's nice to sit back and watch other people play every now and then. Looking forward to this one. Wow, she's good, really good. Hope I can play like that someday. Well, the shop is... okay, that's the one inside.
Gonna eat something?
Hey there, you're just in time to try some of my new buckwheat soba. I got the real authentic stuff this time. Creole buckwheat just blows me away every time. Don't know how they do it. With the Eastern imports getting harder to come by, Creole's really the only place to get authentic buckwheat.
Hey, welcome.
I was promised something here, and it's
Thanks, pal.
not there. What gives?
Well...
okay, that tells us we haven't been in the hotel yet. Our thanks for helping rescue Brasilia. For all the trust Rumsfeld put in me, I let him and the young miss down. I've brought shame to my post. Can't believe it all stemmed from their family dispute. How did things get so out of hand? I'll have to pay more attention to them going forward. If I weren't so impersonal, I might have been able to help her. I think those two over there are on a blind date. See them over there? She looks like she hasn't gone on that many dates before. Kinda awkwardish. There's something cute about that. I guess it's those two right there in the middle. Him, on the other hand, the young man's got it all figured out, just like how he carries himself. A real cock-of-the-walk type. Even if they don't have the chemistry, it'll still be a good learning experience for her. It's nice to get out there. Not the way I describe it, but okay. We're eyeing the global marketplace for our next step once we secure our footing here in Calvert. With that in mind, please do prioritize those bills and amendments when you secure the majority in the next election. We'll support you on our end however we can. Yes, fair enough, your industry presents interesting opportunities for our party. It's time we embrace this new economic age. That said, you need to keep the bigger picture in mind. If you chase the short term, you may lose sight of the long term. We can address your immediate legislative concerns, of course, but we should do it in a forward-thinking way, no? I understand that, but surely we can't overlook the short term. The market is awfully turbulent. We need to strike when the iron's hot. Incidentally, I do have these sweets from Quincy Bell if you'd like some. And for your help, we'd be happy to welcome you to the Al Jameer Hotel for some well-deserved rest and relaxation. Give it a rest, Jennifer. Retract that little offer at once and I'll pretend I never heard it. You're a talented businesswoman. You should know better than to butter me up with cheap favors. You're right, I'm sorry. I got a bit too anxious there. I need to cool my head. Forgive me. Can't believe myself. Did I really just try to do that? And how low will I sink if I don't put a stop to it? But I've made this bed, now I have to lie in it. Our actions at the bank have all boiled down to winning the Republican Party's favor. If we were to convince them to amend those trade laws, the market would be all but ours after the next election. I guess I let that blind me. No, don't let anyone tell you Jennifer's a bad businesswoman. But she does tend to hyperfixate on individual issues over the bigger picture. Until she can step back and look at broader problems, she'll find it difficult to work with people. Wow, you're a teacher at Aramis? That's incredible. It's really no big deal. My career's only just getting started, even though I'm in my 30s. Your students are in good hands, I bet, with a teacher like you. I must say, you've piqued my curiosity, my fair lady. What do you do when a particularly naughty student misbehaves? How do you rein them in? Well, I teach PE, so it's mostly just physical stuff. I called them out and have them do 30 laps around the grounds. But I've always got my trusty wooden sword on hand, too, so long as I don't go totally corporal on there. What? Oh no. Now I've gone and done it. Should have kept my stupid mouth shut. What's Miss Sonia doing here? Singling mingling, if I had to guess. Looks like it ain't going so hot, though. Makes you wonder if she had to ever use the sword on Anya's. Thank you again for the other day, I mean. I'm sure Eddie would have kept me safe, but still. It was all worth it to find out that my father really does care about me. Looking at it like that, I think it ended up being a valuable experience for us all. Did we ever get the money back? I don't remember.
That's true.
Forgive me, young miss. I have failed you. I was entrusted with your safety, and I could not protect it. My only solace is that the President found an opportunity to show the young miss his love. That she's always in his heart, come what may. I cannot express how deeply it moves me to be able to help them.
Do you need something?
Okay, we do have the Maserati curry.
Please come again.
I'll think about it. Okay, we spoke to her. Scam. Okay, I remember that. So, what's next?
Then let's head over.
Wonder if we'll still have battles jump out at us.
Guess I'll check out the arena.
Before I came here, I used to think the Blacklight District was the absolute rock bottom in Edith. It's just a terrible place. But living down here has changed my outlook. It's abrasive. Weird, definitely, but you know, it's kinda comfy. I can take on clients at my own pace. I don't have to worry about the cops. Life here is good in its own weird way. You just need street smarts down here. You gotta make sure you don't get tangled up with the wrong people. But hey, I can deal with that. And she was never heard from again. My herbs get pretty good reviews. I promise you'll have a good time. Just take them in moderation, of course. And be careful who you do business with. Plenty of bad actors here in Edith who will sell you dirty stuff. It can get you in real trouble. For a while I remember A was trafficking these shady steroids. Guys say it's real good when you take it, but it wrecks you in the long run. I'd steer clear of that stuff if I were you.
What will it be? I'll be seeing you.
Word on the street is the Big A is finally cooling off. It's been about 2 weeks since they were last around. Maybe they're finally pulling out of Edith for good, and good riddance, I say. I can finally get back to business with them gone. I just remembered there was these gangsters who came up to my shop a while ago looking for some strange antique. Mindset says they might have been working for A. Makes you wonder who's been pulling the strings behind all this. Even I can't say for certain.
I've got some fun. Best come again
You got
soon.
crap, dude. Today, moseying up to Altair for a little business negotiating. Gotta set the stage just right. That means triple checking my schedule, arranging gifts and favors, the whole 9 yards. Maybe I should include little notes too. New Year's is almost here. I'm sure they'd appreciate the goodwill. Sounds perfectly polite and thoughtful, but I don't want to even think about what he'd put on those notes. Yeah, I feel sorry for the poor schmucks he's working with.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, all
We
stuff we
await
have.
your next visit.
Let's...
Damn, not a peep from your channels, huh? That's pretty surprising. Sorry about that. All I can tell you is that it's not coming from Musseldom. I don't know what specifically you're trying to dig up, but if you're gonna try and find some other informants yourself, you better be careful. Oh, hey there, Spriggan. Hey, Van. Didn't know you guys were down here. Doing a little onboarding for your latest hire, looks like. Kinda, though he's just a temp. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Brad. My name is Catricilicione. I've heard plenty about you from my colleagues. From what I gather, you've lent your talents to both the Institute of Science and the Verne Company on several occasions. Yeah, I exchange intel for their inside scoops every now and then. I scratch their back, they scratch mine. So wait, you're the kid that Hamilton... Is something the matter? What's up? Got word from the grapevine about him? No, not exactly. It just reminded me of an old scoop I'd forgotten about. At any rate, I heard you pulled your own weight out there in Basel. That's real impressive for a kid your age. If you can already hang with Van and his ragtag bunch, you'll do just fine at the Solutions office. Thank you. Of course, I'll pour my all into my work here. I'd heard he was handsome, but seeing him in person is really something else. I can see why Mr. Arkwright and Miss Aimee place their trust in him. I think you're perfectly handsome too, Van. It's alright, Agnes. You don't have to try and pity this poor ugly old geezer. He's just too far gone. How about you, though? Out investigating something? I know you ran out on your date with your little gal pal. Oh, you ran to Mariel, did you? Yeah, I had to scram, although I did recommend she hit the bathhouse so her time wasn't a total wash. What's up? Sound like you had more to say. Is everything okay? Sorry, I just lost in thought. I'm following a lead at the moment. Nothing solid yet, but yeah. I might actually have to hit you up later if that's okay. You might know a thing or two about it. Fine with me. You know my door's always open for you. Having a guy like you in my line of work is a real cheat code. I'll always lend you a hand. Agreed. Please don't hesitate to come talk to us, especially now that we have extra hands to help. Thanks. I'll let you guys know if I end up needing some outside help on it. Who are you, lady? I've never seen you before. Lady? Are you talking about me? No, I'm a guy. Really? You're so pretty. I thought you were a lady. That's okay. Will you hug me and pick me up, please? Sorry, I'll have to pass. This place just gets weirder and weirder. You'd think this kid would have learned to be more careful around strangers. He's really taken a liking to you, hasn't he? That's so sweet. Not to change the subject, but it sounds like Buzz Raider beat you guys to the punch the other day. Oh, the thing with Jude Lanster? Yeah, that they did. Our editor gave me an earful about it. Well, they beat us fair and square, nothing I can do about that. Now we just wait and see if their report actually holds water. You'd said it, she's a ditz with a capital double D's, but I don't see her pulling some midnight tryst for a dope like him. I can see him doing it, though, the horn dog. You got that right. I imagine the truth is somewhere in the middle and will happen upon it soon enough. If there's anything this job's taught me, it's that the truth tends to show itself right when you least expect it. You might be onto something there. Just your intuition talking, or are you keeping secrets again? Like with the kitty case back in the spring. You knew what was up and you still kept your mouth shut. I haven't forgotten that, you know. I'm trying to remember that one. Let go of that already. I just didn't want to interject myself into that whole debacle. Nothing more to it. Is it just me, or does Van seem to loosen up around him? They talk to each other like they're brothers. Indeed, I don't believe I've ever seen Mr. Arkwright act in such a manner. Rather a change of pace. I believe Mr. Kincaid is older than him, too. He might be the youngest in his old friend group. But I guess he's close enough to Dingo that they talk more like brothers. I was a Northern Jaeger in another life. That's the only reason I have any connections at all. But I'm done with that business now. I only hear the occasional whisper from my friends in those circles. That's still valuable intel regardless, and it's good that you're sharing it. I try to do the same with my info so that we all benefit. Which I appreciate. You don't try to leech off me like some other men do. At any rate, there's no going back to where I came from. This is my home. Just gotta find a way to hack it down here. I heard her mention the Northern Jaegers. Must mean she's from Northumbrian. That place is still real poor for obvious reasons. Finally broke off from Erebony last year, but they ain't exactly had it easy since then.
Don't take too long.
Part of the problem being the salt pail.
Hey, mister.
If my math's right, then the warrant they have out for me should expire after 3 years. It's been 2 years since the stabbing, so just a little more time and then I can leave. Leave and live a life full of love again. I'd really love to go on a cafe up on the surface and enjoy a nice drink. Soon I finally can. I just have to be patient and hang in there a little longer.
What'll you have today?
Yeah, what's a little stabbing between friends, you know?
Thanks for coming. What's next?
Thanks, Arkwright.
Thank you.
Vantaclaw unlocked.
Strange posse. This isn't funny.
Is that the best you got? Do they actually talk? Okay, it was just the one bubble.
Hey, gorgeous.
You know what's great about the Blacklight District? The sun never rises on this place. It's always nighttime down here, and that means party time, so sit that butt down and drink until you drop. You're not the only one who's invited. All you should stay here and have some fun. Take it from me, you'll be glad you did. They're a little young. And we all already have that stuff. We're fine to go here. In a previous life of mine, I used to sell all kinds of stuff. Money was good, job was easy, and nothing felt better than swindling whatever poor bastard walked into my shop. I've been on something of a hiatus from all that, but I'd just love to get back into the swing of things, given the chance. To think it's been 8 years since I pretty much washed up here. Time really flies, doesn't it? Broke my back getting this far, but now I've got all this to show for it. I can count on my harem to get the job done. That's what they keep me around. They're what keep me around. I can't bring myself to retire from this business when I still got all of them. Hey there, come on in and have some fun. Just don't get too naughty, alright? Well, I'll be damned. Spriggan, we're on the streets that you folks tussled with Elmana's crew out in Basel. Don't you play coy with me, you got the underworld talking. Heard even Marduk had to get their hands dirty. Hope you realize what kind of hornet's nest you gone and shook. You ain't careful, you'll have a one-way ticket to an early grave.
What'll it come again?
Jeez, there isn't really that many new things, is there? So we might be done. Then well, let's actually go to the entrance itself, so yeah, I believe that's everything. So we pick up next time, we'll be going around hitting up all the bulletin boards, doing the various side jobs, burning the points we have, and so on. So I'll see you guys there. I'm the hero. Oh, we missed our buddy. What a way to end with Giordano, you know? God, this new brother has been calling back over and over. Always nice having a repeat client like that in my job. That's one of those one-in-a-lifetime meetings that you hear so much about. Glad you like my ride enough to approach me. I'll always keep carrying the vibe with me wherever I go. If you ever need anything, brother, just let me know. And there you go. So, I'll see you guys next time. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.